Good evening, I'm your host Jay Clark and welcome to the Scary Nighttime Radio Show. We hope you enjoy tonight's episode, which is entitled Consequences.
We see a car being driven very fast as it is being chased by another vehicle.
They're gaining on us, John. Speed it up.
Here, Sharon, take the wheel.
John pops up through the broken sunroof, gun in hand, and starts firing at the bad guys. Villains return fire. Cars start swerving in the mayhem and crash or drive off the road. A truck crashes. John fires his weapons at the crooks, right next to a school bus. The school bus starts spinning out of control in the mayhem. A truck swerves, and that causes it to jackknife. The chain reaction causes even more cars to crash. Sharon side swipes another vehicle, running it off the road. They turn off an exit and go onto a city street.
Let's forget about those to Harry. We've got to get the package onto the plane right now.
Okay, Mr. Cajun.
I think we lost them, John.
No, we didn't. Kagan is going to make his way to the airfield and fly out of the country with the package.
We can't let him get away with it. I'll have to step on it.
Sharon speeds away, causing them to crash. Criminals are at a private airfield with a plane awaiting takeoff. Sharon pulls the car up in the background.
We can't let Kagan get away with this.
A gunfight ensues as the villains have spotted the two. After much shooting and bullets being sprayed, fighting in chaos, John is knocked down. When he rises to his feet, he sees Kagan has a gun to Sharon's head.
It's all over, John. I'm gonna get on that plane and there's nothing you can do about it. And don't follow me or I'll have to shoot you, girl.
Just give it up, Kagan. You'll never get away with it.
Yes, I will. And I'm flying her along with me as a hostage for an insurance policy.
But you forgot one thing. Spiked boots.
Huh? What?
Sharon then back kicks Kagan in the leg with the spiked boot, causing him to lose his grip.
Hasta la vista, Kagan.
John then shoots Kagan in the head. Sharon rushes over to hug John. The police arrive en masse.
Well, congratulations, John. You've brought down one of the top crime bosses in the world.
I'm just happy I could do it so that we could save all those innocent lives, Captain Taylor.
That's what we're all about in the FBI. Fighting on the side of good versus the wicked evildoers on this planet.
You've done your job very well today and protected all the citizens from harm. Why don't you take some time off for a well-deserved vacation?
Sounds like a plan.
The newspapers and media call John and Sharon heroes. The next day, they are planning a trip to Hawaii.
Honey, do you think I should wear this shirt in Hawaii when we do the Polynesian dinner shows?
Just then, an army of SWAT officers storm into the front door and arrest the two.
What are you doing? We're not criminals. We're the good guys.
We're placing you under arrest.
Hey, what's the charge?
Breach of peace, reckless driving, endangering the public, and murder.
Next, John and Sharon find themselves inside a police interrogation room.
Everyone thought of you two as heroes, until we examined the trail of destruction you left behind. The mayhem wasn't all caused by the bad guys alone.
Let's go over the charges again, starting with reckless driving and endangering the public. What were you doing speeding down the freeway like that?
Well, they were shooting at us. We were fleeing for our lives.
We had to get away from them before they killed us.
While you were fleeing them, did you realize that you caused over a dozen cars to crash, which killed 5 people and injured 30?
Well, no. I mean, everything was happening so fast.
We were just trying to avoid getting shot and killed.
Well, by driving so recklessly, you put innocent people in harm's way.
You were only concerned about saving your own skin. You didn't think anything about the other drivers. You put their lives at risk to save yours.
That doesn't display heroism. What you did was the definition of cowardice.
Well, we didn't realize what harm we were causing. We were just trying to flee from the crooks.
But that is no excuse for your actions. You both have had extensive training in evasive maneuvers and have been involved in firefights before.
What the two of you displayed was a callous disregard for human life. The only lives that were precious to you were your own. As long as you made it out alive, that's all that mattered.
I guess we just hadn't thought about it like that.
Fearing for your own life has never been an excuse for putting innocent people at risk.
But after Kagan's men broke off the chase, and the fear of getting shot was gone, why did you pursue them after that?
We couldn't just let him get away. We had to stop him before he flew out of the country with the package.
You should have called, and we would have dispatched units that were already closer to the airfield than you were. You should not have driven recklessly to continue the pursuit. What were you thinking about, man?
A tractor-trailer jackknifed, killing the driver. You ran a minivan off an embankment, killing a family of 4. 21 other people were injured in the crashes and wrecks you caused in your pursuit to stop the criminals.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe we did all of that.
That's what happens when your only concern is your own personal safety and not anyone else's.
May the judge have mercy upon you, because we won't.
After a couple months of trial, the two are in a courtroom in orange prison suits. Their lawyer meets up with them.
I know you two have been in jail without bail for the last 2 months, but now is the sentencing day.
I just want this nightmare to end.
Hear ye, hear ye! All rise for the Honorable Judge Crenshaw.
Counsel, have you any closing arguments before I render my sentence?
I would only ask that your honor be lenient towards the defendants. After all, this is their first offense.
Oh, really? You want me to be lenient? Let me go over again just what these two have done. While being chased by armed criminals, these two caused the death of 5 people through reckless driving. Their recklessness, they claimed, was due to a fear of being shot. Fear of losing your own life is never an excuse for putting innocent lives in danger. Then, after the criminals clearly gave up their pursuit, these two decided to chase after the crooks, their own lives no longer in any danger. On that part of the pursuit, they caused even more cars to crash.
John and Sharon are seen looking depressed and remorseful.
These two then caused a truck to jackknife, killing the driver. They then ran a family of 4 in a minivan off the road, killing them all. 21 other people were also injured as a result of crashes that they caused. If all that wasn't enough death and destruction, when they got to the airfield to face the crooks, they got into a gun battle wherein they fired high-powered automatic weapons at the criminals, eventually killing all of them. The overspray from the guns reached nearby vehicles and crowded buildings. Several people were struck with bullets, killing another 19 and wounding 50. Total number of casualties from your reckless behavior, 130, with 29 of them having been killed. Dozens of wounded have life-changing injuries and will never be the same.
But, Your Honor, we were just trying to stop the bad guys. We didn't know any of those other people were going to get killed or injured.
Well, just what did you think was going to happen when you're driving 90 miles per hour and running cars off the road?
I guess we weren't really thinking at the time.
And in the shootout, Your Honor, we were trying to shoot the bad guys. We didn't know we would end up killing any others.
Oh, for heaven's sake, what did you think was going to happen when you sprayed live gunfire at those crooks, with city streets full of vehicles and those buildings that were behind them? Obviously, there would be overspray that reached innocent bystanders.
I guess we just didn't really think about that.
Well, of course you didn't. You were only concerned about your own lives and your mission to take down the crooks. Nothing else mattered to you. You had absolutely no regard for human life.
Well, we were trying to shoot the bad guys, not anyone behind them.
But John, don't you realize how far a round can travel when it's fired from a gun? Even a small .22 caliber bullet can travel up to 1.5 miles, and larger calibers twice that far or more. You were firing bullets that traveled to buildings and cars that were close enough to still make them deadly if they struck someone.
I guess we just weren't considering all of that.
Again, That's just it. You weren't thinking about the real consequences of your actions. All you thought about was your own safety and not any of the other people. No one else's well-being mattered to you at all. Finally, if all that I just described wasn't horrible enough, there are still further consequences of your actions. You were discharging automatic weapons right next to a school bus of 32 students. Those children have been traumatized after viewing that and are still undergoing therapy. All of them have experienced hearing loss issues as the gun's decibel level was around 160, enough to shatter the eardrum. I'm ready to issue my verdict. I find the defendants guilty of 29 counts of manslaughter, 101 counts of extreme negligence causing severe bodily harm, and 32 counts of risk of injury to a minor. I'm sentencing you both to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. The only way to keep the streets safe is to lock you away for life.
But, Your Honor, please, life in prison?
Oh, believe me, you're much safer in jail than on the outside of it. There's a huge mob of angry people who would do anything to have you killed.
But why? We were only trying to do the right thing by stopping the criminals. It's not like we meant to cause harm to their loved ones. It was never our intention.
Things don't work out the way they do in the movies, John.
I just want to go home.
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, Sharon, but you have no home. 2 weeks ago, a vengeful mob burned your beautiful home to the ground. You two clearly had no clue as to just how many people you affected through your careless actions. When you caused that driver of the truck to jackknife, you took away a husband and father of 3. The wife and children will never see him again. In other crashes that you caused and shootings by your stray bullets, you took away mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, husbands and wives. These people will be missed not only by their immediate families, but also by their aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, in-laws, nieces and nephews. On top of that, they'll be missed by the friends, neighbors, co-workers, schoolmates, and acquaintances. You have literally affected thousands of people through your careless actions. You've ruined so many people's lives, and now yours are about to be ruined also as you head to prison for the rest of your lives.
Newspapers and other media are now calling the pair killers. And so there they go, the 2 crime fighters once known as heroes, now to spend the rest of their lives in prison. Reckless actions may only take a few minutes to commit, but their consequences will last a lifetime.